Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. Prominent presidents of today's program, honorable guest, respected ulama, and dear all. Today I am going to deliver a speech on the topic of social service in Islam. Dear listeners, the look at Islamic teachings clearly shows that Islam demands us to two sorts of deeds. The first is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to obey all His commands. The second is to serve His all creatures, especially the mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واعبدوا الله ولا تشركوا به شيئا وبالوالدين إحسانا إلى آخر الآية. Worship Allah alone and do not associate anything with Him, and be good to parents, the relatives, to the needy, to orphans, close and distant neighbor, and companion at your side, the traveler, and those owned by you. Indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like those who are arrogant and proud. Surah An-Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 36. In this ayah and in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 86 and 177, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the service of the whole mankind just after He asked them to worship Him alone. Allah has strongly encouraged the self-sacrifice for all individuals living in a society. In other words, Allah is reminding Muslims that their worship is incomplete without helping others. Therefore, after having believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the angels, the prophets, the books, and the last day of judgment, a Muslim must interpret his faith into the action of service to humanity. Dear listeners, Islam considers the service of Allah's creature just like His own service. Allah Almighty is attributing the needs of mankind, His slaves, and creatures to His own needs. So it seems that if a person serves the creatures of Allah Almighty, he is like those personalities who are in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, praying at night and fast at day. Subhanallah. As in one hadith, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam is reported to have said, As-sa'i al-armalati wal-miskin kal-mujahidi fi sabilillah abil-qa'imi layla sa'imin nahar. The one who struggles for the help of the widows and needy, he will be like those personalities who are in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, pray at night and fast at day. Amazing. Dear listeners, the life of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam was equipped with the unparalleled morals and manners. Even before he was crowned prophethood, he used to play every kind of services for everyone on micro levels. Dear listeners, in the beginning when the first revelation was revealed by the Hazrat Jibril alayhi salatu wassalam, so what happened? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam got fear very badly. He came to Hazrat Khadija and said, I am afraid. Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha consoled him by his wonderful and fascinating words. It was mentioned in Bukhari. Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha says, فَقَالَتْ خَدِيجَةُ كَلَّا وَاللَّهِ مَا يُخْزِيكَ اللَّهُ أَبَدًا إِنَّكَ لَتَصِلُ الرَّحِيمِ وَتَحْمِلُ الْكَلِّ وَتَكْسِبُ الْمَعْدُومِ وَتَقْرِي الضَّعِيفِ وَتُعِينُ عَلَى نَوَائِبِ الْحَقِّ. Khadija replied, never by Allah. Allah will never disgrace you. You keep good relation with your kith and kin, help the poor and destitute, serve your guests generously, and assist deserving calamity afflicted ones. Dear intellectuals, Islam not only encourages the community service to be extended to fellow human, but also it puts animals that are birds and dogs to be considered when we carry out community service. Subhanallah. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said, "Ma min muslimin yaghrisu gharsan aw yazra'u zar'an fayakulu minhu tayrun aw insanun aw bahimatun illa kana lahu bihi sadaqatan." Subhanallah. There is none amongst the Muslims who plants a tree or sows seeds and then a bird, human or animal eats from it, but it's regarded as a charitable gift for him. Subhanallah. For this we have a lot to listen, to study and to read about the importance of the social service in the glorious Quran, in the pieces of the hadith, in the actions of the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and other religious personalities. They are intellectuals. The core of all these is we should spend our wealth, health and other resources on the social service just after fulfillment of our own individual's essential needs. May Allah give us tawfiq to render on social service on personal, national and international levels. Thank you so much for listening to me. Jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.